All right, good morning, you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Saturday. Wanted to drop another tutorial video for the week. If you're brand new to the TRT community, I did drop a very easy video on Tuesday, I think Tuesday or Wednesday, that discusses the volume post triangle thrust, which can be found in either the Dropbox or it can also be found on the post in Patreon. So make sure you check that out. That video was like 3 minutes long or something. So it was very, very simple to use. So anyway, hope you guys had a great week. My highlight, of course, was CCXI. That was the biggest trade for the week. Hey, if you can grab an 80% trade once per week, hey, that probably does it for your week, quite honestly. We're trying to go for the best setups. So anyway, so let's talk about volume profile on TradingView. Now, I did a video a month ago about volume by price. So this is very similar in concept, and I want to just kind of bring this one back, but I'm going to use TradingView this time because TradingView actually is much better to use when it comes to volume profile. So the first thing you want to do is if you're on TradingView, I highly recommend it. It's 20 bucks, 30 bucks a month. It's well worth your money. So you can add this volume by price or volume profile to your overall strategy. You can use moving average indicators. You can combine all the strategies you want, but just don't clutter your chart. So the first thing you're going to do is go to indicators. And then what you want to do is you want to type in VPRP, I think, or sorry, VPVR, sorry. All right, and here you go. This is the visible range, and you can go ahead and add that. I've already done it. So right here, all you do once you add it, you go to settings, and you want to go to inputs. And I'm doing this so I can shrink down the size of the row size and the area volume. So you can put in 200 and also 100, and that's all you really need. You can change the colors if you want, but that's all not necessary. So let me explain the volume profile here. This is buying volume and selling volume. All right. So you're used to, once again, for if you've been staring at charts long enough, the volume down here suggests the volume traded within a certain time period. Okay. So here I'm looking at the 1 hour chart on SHIB USD, our favorite coin right now. And what this tells you is rather than the volume by time, but volume by price, duh, okay? And this also tells you whenever you see these larger spikes from on this right side here, those generally indicate support areas or very good support areas, okay? Now you can see that during the last 2-3 days that we've been, or the week or so we've been on SHIB, notice that we got in over here, like right around the 0.08 area, and it started to explode. All the volume really started to catch on, right? If you want to think about this as a technology curve, let's look at how in a technology curve, people talk about, okay, there's early adopters, and then there's the laggards, etc. Why do volume start coming in here? Because these are usually the people who are lagging behind. Okay, so they're lagging behind, they're FOMOing, and they're, oh man, should I get into this? Because we're over here, the early adopter stage, right? Pat on the back for us. So this started running up, and you can start seeing the volume really started to come in here. Okay, now we did had a beautiful run to nearly, I would say, 3536 area, almost hit 4, not quite, and it fell, right? And that's okay. But if you were playing this and let's say you missed out on this rise here, on this parabolic move, well, you can use the volume profile to suggest when you can get in for the bounce, right? You don't need to FOMO it up, or maybe you're in, you want to grab more, right? You want to load the dip, and then you can usually use this volume profile to indicate that, hey, this is going to be the support area. And you can see this red line running across your screen. That's what we call point of control, right? This is by using the 1 hour chart here. This is suggesting that the volume profile is significant in this area. And so what happens? You know what? Right? History tends to repeat itself. So here is where everybody started accumulating, and here is where people are loading the dips. Okay, so now let's move forward and into the Saturday morning. We're taking a little bit dip here this morning. All right, so what can we really tell from this volume profile? Well, certainly there is some level of resistance up here. Okay, and then there is a level of support right here. And I'm not using the volume profile, I'm just kind of using candlesticks here. All right, but you can see that there is quite a bit of there's lesser volume so far catching this dip. All right, so if this point right here where we're at was 2646 starts falling apart, then you can see that there will be most likely a bounce back here at the 2245 area. Now, I would definitely like to see more volume come in right about here at the 2527 level. And you can see so far there is growing volume around this area and around this area as well. So, as indicated in the blue shaded area here. So, what is SHIB doing? Well, SHIB is trying to establish itself, right, around this zone. All right, and hopefully we get a lot more volume coming in around this area to create a new support. Now, you do see this area right here, right? This right here indicates a good volume support as well. Okay. Now, even though it's taking a little bit of dip here, if it comes back here, then people will start piling in. Then there should be more volume here that perhaps suggests that it can match this volume area here. All right. So that's SHIB. All right. So we'll see what happens today. I'm pretty sure you guys are staring at your phones right now. Let's talk about CEI. I'll use CEI as another example as well. And you can see it's pretty interesting, right? CEI ran to 485. Short report came out, killed it, and boom, right back into the support area, right? Based on the volume. Because why? This was pretty much the control area where it started breaking out back in September, right? It started breaking out here, so people are simply trying to buy up, or volume is coming in around the 1.70. Now, I'm not suggesting CEI is another play for next week. However, I'm thinking, if it hangs out here, it might be worth the play for scalp. It's back to 2, but I'm definitely not holding this. But my point in this video is to show you guys that obviously there's a variety of ways that you can find support, but this one is a pretty simple way to use volume profile to find support. All right. So as we go up in this volume profile, you can start seeing where the resistance starts forming here, because there's lesser buying volume up here, right? Support, there's a little bit of volume here and also here, but definitely more on the sell side. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to add one more to the watch list for next week. I know there's earning seasons coming up this Saturday, or this week. I'm sorry, this coming week. Tech should bounce, but let's take a look at, PDUFAs, because I'm not suggesting that we're going to be successful like CCXI, but this seems to be low risk. MNKD, Mankind Corporation, MNKD. That's a hard ticker to pronounce. Mankind Corporation, they're going to have a PDUFA action on Friday, October 15th. And they are trying to get approval for this particular drug. It's like it's a inhalation. I'm sorry, it's an inhalation solution. All right. So we'll see if they get the PDUFA on Friday. Now, as far as the chart suggests, it's a $5 stock. So, don't go crazy on this, but I'll just load up maybe a small to medium sized position just to see if we can get that approval. If I go on a daily chart, there's definitely support in this area. If it drops down under 5, that's definitely a great area for a bounce, 450. But I don't think it's going to come down here this week, because a lot of people are expecting them to get the PDUFA or get the FDA approval for this drug. And there's definitely that resistance at 550. I remember a few months ago that this thing was being pumped quite a bit. So it might get the similar action. You can see this is a pretty nice chart as far as the daily chart goes. Higher lows and somewhat of a higher high. So it looks like the point of breakout will be 550. All right. So I'll be watching this for entry probably Monday, Tuesday. Hopefully Monday, let's see if we can get maybe a flush down to like $5, and we'll see how that goes. All right. So once again, the watch list for this coming week is going to be MNKD. All right, OCUL Ocular for PDUFA on the 18th. Now we don't have to load Ocular until probably Tuesday, Wednesday, because there's no rush, right? Usually the action doesn't really come in until Friday or possibly that Monday. So Ocular's chart's not that great, right? It's 975, but they have a DUFA, they have a catalyst. So that's the small caps, AEHR, Voyager, VYGR. Those are going to be scalp plays coming up this week if there's a good opportunity. And also mid cap would be Affirm, all right? AFRM, all right? With that being said, have a great weekend, guys, and I will see you guys Monday.